or have certain health conditions. There have been surges in COVID-19 in the summer, too. It's important to help protect yourself no matter your destination. So check eligibility and schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming one more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer. Getting real unlimited data where you buy bananas, the ultimate no-brainer. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2025 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 7/20/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com/terms. Copyright 2025 Verizon.
Do your summer plans include travel? Make sure your prep includes more than just flights and hotels. Stay up to date with COVID-19 vaccination, especially if you're 65 or older or have certain health conditions. There have been surges in COVID-19 in the summer, too. It's important to help protect yourself no matter your destination. So check eligibility and schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Affordable GLP-1s. Try Wegovy at $199.
Future health, weight loss.
Dick's epic 4th of July sale is on. Get summer ready with 25% off select Stanley drinkware. Get 20% off Igloo coolers and water bottles and select bog bags. Buy one, get one 50% off DSG coolers, canopies, chairs, and water bottles. $200 off Callaway AI smoke irons and TaylorMade QI10 drivers. These deals won't last. Stock up for summer now, in-store or online at Dicks.com. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
iHeartRadio, soundtrack, flashback.
1989, Michael Keaton, the best Batman yet? You can decide later. For now, let's honor the incredible soundtrack from Tim Burton's 1989 film with the groovy Bat Dance by Prince.
For more great movie soundtrack hits, check out Popcorn Radio on the iHeartRadio app.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WINCA in Miami, WMIB-FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good.
Pitch. Stowers cracks that one out to center and deep. Siri is back. He looks up and it's gone. The Marlins waste no time. Kyle Stowers with a 2-run shot, and they take a 2-0 lead in the first.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
2-1. That kicks away from Rodriguez. Hill breaks for the plate. There will be no throw. And on a wild pitch, the Marlins walk it off again. 1-2. Conine lifts out to left field. Tommy Pham working back to the warning track. So is Sawinski. They look up and it's gone. Griffin Conine to left center. And we're tied at 2 in the 7th.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
All right, nice job, Ahmed. Welcome. We're live from Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. 102 degrees outside, a comfortable 76 inside. And thank goodness you're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio. Fox Sports 940, Miami. Game 80 of 162. Listen, the Marlins can match the weather here in the desert. They're just as hot. After sweeping the Giants in 3 games, Miami continues this 6-game road trip and will look to win 5 in a row for the first time this season. And for some revenge on these Snakes that went 3-0 and outscored Miami 22-10 back in mid-April at Lone Depot Park. One guy the Marlins didn't have before that series, Yuri Perez, 22-year-old right-hander, will make his 4th start of the season for Miami. Perez will go opposite Merrill Kelly, the veteran right-hander who shut down Miami back in that April set. We get going at 9:40 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Hi, everyone. Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Friday night with Jack McMullen and former All-Star closer A.J. Ramos. I'm Steven Trump. Got an action-packed show for you. We thank you for your participation. We will begin where both teams are at coming into Friday night. Clayton and I have a great discussion on Kyle Stowers, Yuri Perez, and where he evaluates his team about halfway through the season. Can you believe tomorrow is game 81 of 162? We're halfway through this Miami Marlins season. We'll get you out of the count with Perez and Kelly. Jack will jump in for some back and forth. Our Expo question up today at Marlins Radio and Steve's guarantee to victory. So we'll start here where both teams are at. And for Arizona, they're 2 games above 500, 3 games back of a wild card spot in the National League. Could they be buyers? I guess we'll see over the next couple of weeks. The Diamondbacks have played a lot better baseball lately. They're tied with the Brewers for the best record in the NL in the month of June. They're 14-8. Only the Astros and the Rays have better records. But they've dealt with mega issues from the injury perspective. Corbin Carroll, he is out after he suffered a chipped wrist fracture where he was hit by a pitch last week in Toronto. Justin Martinez, Corbin Burns, and former Marlin A.J. Puck are all done for this season. They do get Gino Suarez back and his 25 home runs back in the lineup, and they do also get back Josh Naylor, who's been terrific, hitting over 300 with an 842 OPS. He also killed the Marlins in Miami back in mid-April, hit a home run in all 3 games. Let's go to the Marlins, man. What a fun week it was in San Francisco. They enter play tonight on their longest win streak of the season at 4, which included a sweep at the hands of the Giants to begin this whole 6-game road trip. They haven't had a longer win streak than 6 games since 2023. The Fish have scored 29 runs over this 4-game stretch. That's about 7.5 runs per game. And that's more than the previous, 8 contests where they played at just 26. So we've seen the offensive outburst for Miami. And the big reason, Augustin Ramirez and Kyle Stowers, they are slugging again. We saw Augustine kick it off over the weekend in San Francisco. Kyle Stowers followed suit. And how about Connor Norby? He has 5 hits and 3 RBIs in 3 games against the Giants. Otto Lopez, since changing over to shortstop, he continues to swing it 12 for 27, a double, 7 RBIs over a 7-game hit streak. It's awesome right now if you got a bat in the hand and you're wearing a Marlins jersey. Now it's time to turn to Yuri Perez, who, man, what a fun experience to be able to turn over to Perez with a 5-game win streak on the line. Sandy tomorrow, but tonight the focus, Yuri Perez. He hasn't gotten deep into games, folks, but this could be the start where he does get that quality one that the Marlins have been eyeing since he's gotten back from Tommy John. We will break here. We'll hear from the Marlins manager, Clayton McCullough, on Kyle Stowers. We'll also hear what he thinks of Yuri Perez through 3 starts. And again, the first half of the season officially over. After we play tomorrow's game, which would be 81, we'll talk where Clayton is at, where his team, what he's liked, what he's not like, and where they are at as a whole. Marlins on Deck continues. 9:41 pitch right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
Stowers hits that one high in the air, out to center and deep. Lee looking up, and it's gone. Over the Marlins bullpen in right center. The Giants felt like they had to get right, and Kyle Stowers said that decision was flat out wrong. A 2-out hit by pitch, then a screamer of a double, and Stowers with a 440-foot homer busts this game open in the first. 3-0 Fish right away. On hearing. 0-2. Augustine rips a ball out to left and deep. That thing is halfway up the bleachers and gone. Ramirez is feeling it today. 113 on the double his first time, and he launches a homer. 443 feet, and they're tagging Birdsong. 5-0 Fish in the top of the third.
Ship coming.
A couple of big cargo ships coming from the bay. 2-0 pitch. Wagaman drills that one into left center field. That's going to split and roll all the way to the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Sanchez from second, Otto from first, and Wags coming through again. Marlins have a lead, 7-5 in the 5th on the 2-run double from Eric Wagaman from Bivens. Norby loops one into left field. That gets in for a base hit. Ramos has to range to his forehand. His weight is behind the ball, and Wagaman scores from second base.
Connor Norby comes through. He has an RBI knock. And crooked numbers galore. A 3-spot for the Fish in the 5th. On the RBI single, it's 8-5 Marlins. Righties 1-1. That one hit well. Out to right field. That's turning on Yastrzemski, and that will one-hop off the wall. It's over his head. Norby and Myers score, and Xavier Edwards has a 2-run double. The Fish are scoring in bunches. X is.
Welcome back here to Marlins on Deck. Another late night for Marlins baseball, but 4 in a row, a sweep in San Francisco. I am pleased to be joined by the manager of the Miami Marlins, Clayton McCullough. Let's start with Yuri. It's got to feel good when you've won 4 in a row that you're sending out Yuri tonight and Sandy the next day. Looking at Yuri, though, last year, he was a 4-pitch guy. You guys decided you thought the sinker and a little bit more of a sweeper was the move for him. What went into the decision of lengthening that arsenal when it was already really good?
I think it was just trying to recognize, like, what's going to allow, I think we felt like Yuri just had so much more room to grow. Like, this guy's certainly the potential to be a frontline starting pitcher, and that there was ways either, he said to deepen the arsenal. I think, there's no harm in trying to go, work on a new pitch. You're not sure. That might end up being his best pitch at some point. I think we've seen that with a number of guys. Their pitching crew is very committed to trying to, deepen the arsenals, improve pitch shapes. So I think some of that went into it, and just thinking about, that this is it's a very good fastball, but there was definitely some room to grow on the secondary pitches and the breaking balls in particular, to try to find one that would allow to play a little bit better off the fastball, try to get him a little bit more miss, help him with kind of the north-south game. So I think it was just always looking for what ways do we think we can continue to have Yuri Perez, take the next steps to being a frontline starting pitcher.
And through a couple of starts, what part of Yuri's starts have you been pleased with as a group from a coaching staff perspective?
I think for me, the second start, how he was able to get himself through a jam he had. He was in Washington, and it was like a similar timing of the first one in Pittsburgh. Got a little traffic, earlier in the game, and then in Washington, the ability to get out of that, no runs there. I think was it's just one of those things. You can do all the rehab, you can be healthy, you can get back pitching, you can build up the pitch count, but there's still a difference then when you get out there and it's about trying to put up zeros or trying to go as deep as you can to keep your team in the game, and that's a feeling that is very hard to replicate, throughout the rehab process. So I think getting that experience early on to kind of, successfully get through that one, and then the last one, against Atlanta, I think we started to see the full arsenal somewhat start to come out, and I think the confidence he's having in utilizing all of his pitches against a particular hitter was great to see. So I think you start just building all those up together, and we've seen the pitch count continue to climb. Expect him to continue to go, deeper and deeper into games as he just continues to pitch more, and is able to play in some at-bats sooner, get away from some of the foul balls that I think have just cost him a lot of pitch count in some of these starts.
Clayton McCullough with us now. The beauty about this team, it almost feels like there's checkpoints of graduation. And with Kyle Stowers, we saw an incredible first couple of months. We saw him go through it. We saw the league adjust, and now you're starting to see that adjustment with Kyle Stowers. Is that sort of how you judge if a guy is good to great?
For sure. I mean, you're always going to have to continue to make adjustments, right? And especially for, as a young player like Kyle that is in a lot of ways still establishing himself at the major league level, and then the opponents start to recognize, he's got, this guy has some impact. He can change the scoreboard. He's someone we need to monitor a little bit and plan for, and so you start getting attacked a little differently. And look, you go one of two ways, right? You kind of just let it, you're just okay with it, or you just look to find a problem, problem solve your way out of that. And I think we've just seen Kyle do that from last year to this year, and throughout this season, he's just got a great head on his shoulders. He's always open to the work and understands that's going to be part of it. Is for the longevity, is the ability to the sustainability of your career is being able to consistently make adjustments, and for himself too, to show that the first part of this season wasn't just this fluky run where I was just hot and it was going, to come out of it and now get back going that way. I think just builds in more confidence that yes, I'm more than capable of being a above average major league contributor.
Last one for you. It's game 80 tonight. Tomorrow, it's going to be the halfway point in the season. First, can you believe that? And second of all, what areas, I guess just speak on the first half.
Yeah, hard to believe in a lot of ways that we're almost at the halfway point. I think for us, like, as I'm going to look at the first half, and I think it's been great in June. A couple things, like, I think our guys on the bases have been incredible. I think they've like the uptick in aggression. Defensively, we played a lot cleaner baseball overall, which we're going to have to do. Like, teams that win in this league, have to play good defense, and you have to throw the ball over the plate as a pitching staff. And our guys have done a really nice job of that, especially since we got into the middle part of May. So it's filling up the strike zone, it's playing good defense, and offensively what we're seeing is a really good sign of our ability to just like stack at bats, and when we get opportunities and runners in scoring position to still believe we're in the driver's seat. So you just hope that a lot of these experiences that we've all gained throughout the first part of this season, you continue to improve upon those, and you start winning some more close games, you start winning some more series. And then you just believe you come into every series and you feel like you have a blueprint of what it takes to win, and now we just have to be able to go out there and execute on that.
You're the best. Thank you for the time, as always. Thanks. Okay, we'll break here. We'll get you out of the count. Merrill Kelly and Yuri Perez, 9:40 first pitch right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
Pitch. Stowers hits that one high in the air, out to center and deep. Lee looking up, and it's gone. Over the Marlins bullpen in right center. The Giants felt like they had to get right, and Kyle Stowers said that decision was flat out wrong. A 2-out hit by pitch, then a screamer of a double, and Stowers with a 440-foot homer busts this game open in the first. 3-0 Fish right away. Don Hearing. 0-2. Augustine rips the ball out to left and deep. That thing is halfway up the bleachers and gone. Ramirez is feeling it today. 113 on the double his first time, and he launches a homer. 443 feet, and they're tagging Birdsong. 5-0 Fish in the top of the third.
Cargo ship coming.
A couple of big cargo ships coming from the Bay. 2-0 pitch. Wagaman drills that one into left center field. That's going to split and roll all the way to the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Sanchez from second, Otto from first, and Wags coming through again. Marlins have a lead, 7-5 in the fifth on the 2-run double from Eric Wagaman from Bivens. Norby loops one into left field. That gets in for a base hit. Ramos has to range to his forehand. His weight is behind the ball, and Wagaman scores from second base. Connor Norby comes through. He has an RBI knock, and crooked numbers galore. A 3-spot for the Fish in the fifth. On the RBI single, it's 8-5 Marlins. Righties 1-1. That one hit well out to right field. That's turning on Yastrzemski, and that will one-hop off the wall. It's over his head. Norby and Myers score, and Xavier Edwards has a 2-run double. The Fish are scoring.
And you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
All right, thanks for staying up late with us. I know back on the West Coast, 9:15 on a Friday night. We are live here from Chase Field. Marlins Radio is Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, AJ Ramos. Those two have your call at 9:40. Awesome week in San Francisco for the Marlins. They sweep San Francisco at home. We're here in the desert. First of 3 here between the Marlins and the Diamondbacks. Yuri Perez will go opposite Merrill Kelly. Take the Marlins wherever you go. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 the top preset to listen to every Marlins game. Again, Marlins on Deck, Fox Sports 940 Miami. Streaming on X and YouTube. Hi, I'm Steven Strom. Again, thanks for hanging out with us on a Friday night. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, we thank you for your participation here tonight. We'll begin here with Yuri Perez. It's always a great day when Yuri starts. 6'8", 220-pound right-hander, 22-year-old, will settle into his 4th start of the season. He comes into tonight with an 0-2 record, a 6.17 ERA, 11 2/3. Not a big sample size. Did take the loss on Saturday at home against the Atlanta Braves. Allowed 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 walks, over 4 2/3, 6 punch-outs, 58 of 89 for strikes. We saw Sandy early on coming off the Tommy John. The command was an issue. You're starting to see Yuri Perez kind of have those similar traits where command has been a little bit of a problem. We'll see if he can figure that out tonight against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, He has not completed 5 frames yet. Steve's guaranteed tonight, an early teaser. He completes 5 tonight. But going back to that Brave start, 4-seamer at 45%, slider at 26%, curveball at 17%, 19 foul balls. That has also been a problem with Sandy Alcantara. These guys are mirror image of each other sometimes. And we saw Sandy early on, just didn't have that put-away pitch. 19 foul balls against Yuri on Saturday for the Atlanta Braves. Let's see if Yuri can find that put-away pitch tonight. He has never faced Arizona before. Offense hopefully can help him out. 3 starts, plated 3 runs for him and 1 run for him, or 3 runs twice and no runs on Saturday against Atlanta. So hopefully some early run support for Yuri can kickstart a good start for Yuri against the Snakes. He will go opposite Merrill Kelly, 36-year-old right-hander who sees the Marlins for a second time this season. In season 7 with the Arizona Diamondbacks, Merrill Kelly is 7-3, 3.39 ERA, 93 innings pitched, 16 starts, 93 Ks to 25 walks. He threw on Saturday against the Rockies, 2 earned on 6 hits over 6 frames. His 3rd quality start this month. He did face the Marlins back on April 15th. We mentioned the sweep. 6 frames, 1 run, 9 punch-outs here at Chase Field. This year, Merrill Kelly is 3-2 with a 3 ERA, 8 starts, 46 2/3. He does throw the kitchen sink at you. 4-seamer, changeup, cutter, sinker, curveball, and slider. Sometimes execution is the name of the game. Merrill Kelly does just that. Yuri Perez, Merrill Kelly. They will open up on this Friday night from Chase Field. Marlins looking to make it 5 in a row. We'll break. We'll talk Yuri Perez. We'll also talk Kyle Stowers and a bunch of other storylines as the Marlins hope to keep this offense hot in the red-hot desert here. 102 degrees outside, but we are comfortable inside at 78 degrees. Let's step aside. We're back in 2 minutes on the Marlins Radio Network.
Stowers hits that one high in the air, out to center and deep. Lee looking up, and it's gone. Over the Marlins bullpen in right center. The Giants felt like they had to get right, and Kyle Stowers said that decision was flat out wrong. A 2-out hit by pitch, then a screamer of a double, and Stowers with a 440-foot homer busts this game open in the first. 3-0 Fish right away. On hearing. 0-2. Augustine rips the ball out to left and deep. That thing is halfway up the bleachers and gone. Ramirez is feeling it today. 113 on the double his first time, and he launches a homer. 443 feet, and they're tagging Birdsong. 5-0 Fish in the top of the 3rd.
Cargo ship coming.
A couple of big cargo ships coming from the bay. 2-0 pitch. Wagaman drills that one into left center field. That's going to split and roll all the way to the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Sanchez from second, Otto from first, and Wags coming through again. Marlins have a lead, 7-5 in the 5th on the 2-run double from Eric Wagaman from Bivens. Norby loops one into left field. That gets in for a base hit. Ramos has to range to his forehand. His weight is behind the ball, and Wagaman scores from second base. Connor Norby comes through. He has an RBI knock, and crooked numbers galore. A 3-spot for the Fish in the 5th. On the RBI single, it's 8-5 Marlins. Righties 1-1. That one hit well. Out to right field.
Tarifas regulares. Ahorros comparados a Verizon 5G Internet más una línea Unlimited local y AT&T Internet Free más una línea Unlimited Starter S.A. Requiere Xfinity Internet. Velocidades reales varían. Velocidades se reducen después del uso de 30 gigabits por línea. Los límites de datos y los ahorros reales varían.
Marlins are going to stay hot here in the desert as the Marlins take on the Diamondbacks here. First of 3, game 4 of this 6-game road trip, and Miami looking to win 5 in a row for the first time this season. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, and A.J. Ramos. Jack joins me now again, 9:40 first pitch right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Okay, Jack, so this is a different team that we saw back in mid-April where they took it to the Marlins. They swept Miami, outscored them 22-10, but they will be without Corbin Carroll. They will be without a couple of other guys as well. Justin Martinez out for the season, A.J. Puck out for the season, Corbin Burns, of course, out for the season. My first question to you, how the heck are the Diamondbacks 2 games over and in the thick of it in the National League wild card?
Because the guys are hitting, man. I mean, while Carroll has been hurt, okay, other guys have stepped up. Geraldo Perdomo was playing like one of the best shortstops in the National League for a long while there. He's tapered off a little bit, but guess what? Ketel Marte, we didn't see him when the Diamondbacks made the trip to Miami. Ketel Marte is one of the best players in Major League Baseball. He's hitting over 310. The OPS is right around 1,000. Pavin Smith has been good all year. Josh Naylor has been good all year. And Corbin Carroll, again, was playing like an MVP candidate before he got hurt, and he's only been out for a week or 2. So you haven't missed too much time without Corbin Carroll, and you're also looking at other guys perform offensively. The big thing for me, they had a really good bullpen, a bullpen that I liked a lot.
Legit.
And it's entirely decimated. Justin Martinez was probably my favorite reliever to watch in Major League Baseball coming into this year because he threw 104 with a 90-mile-an-hour knuckling splitter. Tommy John, A.J. Puck, you know how nasty he can be and how much of a mismatch he can be when he's going right in a bullpen. Tommy John, it's so tough to watch how this bullpen has deteriorated, how this rotation has deteriorated as well. And oh, by the way, Fott's ERA is over 5. Gallen's ERA is over 5. It's really been the pitching that has done them in, but it's been the offense to make him 2 games over 500.
Both offenses hot right now, and you saw batting practice, and I told you this before. Thin air here. The ball flies at Chase Field. So I'm expecting hopefully an offensive outburst again for the Miami Marlins, but for Yuri Perez tonight to hold this Diamondback team in check. Speaking of Yuri, okay, so we're starting to see similar trends than what we saw with Sandy coming back from Tommy John. We saw command. We also saw these foul balls. 19 foul balls for Atlanta on Saturday against Yuri. Threw that four-seamer 45% of the time, the slider 26%, and the curveball 17%. How can we make sense of the foul balls? We'll first start with that, Jack.
Yeah, I think that Yuri's looking for a put-away pitch that he hasn't really found off of Tommy John surgery. And we had that conversation about Sandy Alcantara for, 3 months at this point? And even now you're looking at Sandy and saying, well, the strikeouts are not necessarily there. And I understand that's not Sandy's game. That is Yuri's game. But something that post-Tommy John pitchers need to deal with is finding the put-away pitch again, whether it's the sharpness of a breaking ball or the execution of a fastball or the feel of a changeup. Yuri just hasn't really found that yet. But he's throwing a fastball that is effectively a get-out-of-jail-free card right now. It's one of the best fastballs in Major League Baseball. It's 100. It jumps on you. It's got insane carry at the top of the strike zone. The fastball is not going to be a whiff pitch when you don't have a whiff pitch working off.
Sure.
That. So he needs another pitch to come along to that level to start to get guys to swing and miss. Fastball, his first time out in Pittsburgh, overwhelming, right? That's how he punched out guys at the beginning and made guys look uncomfortable. But when guys get accustomed to the heater, how do you get them off of that? Yuri's still trying to find that.
Yeah, we asked Clayton McCullough today why the addition of 2 pitches to that arsenal that we saw last year, four-seamer, slider, curveball, changeup. He adds the sinker and the sweeper. Clayton said he wants to see that north-south game emerge. What does Clayton mean by that, and what could be that next pitch that you've seen from Yuri that could potentially play off that fastball?
Okay, I'm debating whether I should work backwards or work 1 then 2.
Whatever you want to do.
I'll go backwards. So the next pitch for me is the curveball. I think far and away the curveball was unbelievable in 2023 when he was going strong. And I think this guy can get the feel for the curveball back again. And that works off the fastball, right? You've got fastball at the top. Curveball is going to start at the top and go to the bottom of the strike zone. And that takes us in to the north-south conversation.
Okay.
How about that? Transition within the
Perfect.
2 questions. North-south, that means top of the strike zone, bottom of the strike zone. When you hear east-west in pitching, inside and outside corner. When you hear north-south, top of the zone, bottom of the zone. So he's got top of the zone with a four-seamer, and then he's got bottom of the zone with the curveball, or with the sinker at the knees, or with the four-seam fastball that freezes guys because they think it's going to be shin high and it ends up actually knee high. There are a lot of ways that you can play the north-south game, but it's always the fastball at the top and then breaking balls off of that.
Okay, we will see how Yuri Perez fares tonight. This offense, again, for Arizona, it's still lethal. It's still potent, even without Corbin Carroll. Geno Suarez back in the lineup as well. 25 home runs. Does he have the quietest 25 home runs in the league, Jack? Sorry, real quick.
I don't know. I don't think he has the quietest 25 homers because at the end of the day, everybody wants him in trade conversations
I guess
right
so.
now.
I just hear Cal Raleigh and I hear Judge and I hear Ohtani for good reason, but like Geno Suarez has 25 home runs.
West Coast bias, man, or I guess East Coast bias. People don't watch West Coast baseball. There's some good baseball out west, and Marlins are experiencing that. But you know what? The Marlins took it to San Francisco. I feel good about this Arizona series as well.
Well, hopefully you listen to this West Coast series because it's getting fun. 3 in a row in San Francisco. Marlins look at 5 in a row overall here against the Snakes. Yuri Perez, Merrill Kelly, they will feature our matchup on the mound. We'll break Expo questions, Steve's guarantee. Then you'll hear Jack and you'll hear AJ, who just appeared back from TV for pregame. Marlins on Deck continues on the Marlins Radio Network.
1-1. Otto rips that one into left center field. That's going to split the outfielders and roll to the wall. Both runs going to score. Augustine from third, Stowers from second. Otto cruising to third base, head first dive. He is out on the throw. 0-1. That one flicked into center, past the dive of the shortstop and Thomas into center for a base hit. 1 run scores, 2 runs score, and Heriberto Hernandez does his job. He guided the barrel to that, and it's a 2-run single to make it 4-2 Fish in the top of the 8th. 0-2. That one flicked over the jumping glove of the second baseman Koss into center for a base hit. The Marlins get their run across. It's an RBI single for Otto Lopez. He didn't try and do too much. Just like last night, he guides a single into shallow center, and it's 5-4 Miami in the top of the 10th. It's got Lopez at first, Stowers, or Winkler, at second. And Hernandez tomahawks one into left center field. That gets in for a base hit, and that's going to roll into the alleyway. Winkler in to score from second. Here comes Lopez from first. Throw going home, on target but late. A head first dive, got Otto Lopez in. Hernandez pushes to third on the throw, and Heriberto Hernandez comes through again. A 2-run knock and a 4 RBI day. It's a 2-run double and a 3-spot in the 10th. 1 pitch. That one lifted out to shallow center field. Shortstop Lopez working back, backpedaling into shallow left center, and he makes the catch to end the ball game. It was a big 10th, and Tyler Phillips shuts it down in the bottom half of the inning. Heriberto Hernandez, the hero tonight. 4.
Stream now.
All right, we're coming in hot here from Chase Field. Marlins are hot. I'm a little hot, even though we're inside. It's 102 outside in the desert. It's 78 degrees inside Chase Field. Hopefully Yuri Perez can get hot and the offense stays hot. All right, I'm done with the hot thing. Steven Strom, Jack McMillan, AJ Ramos. He got me give me a little bit love there. A good laugh from AJ. Again, Yuri will go opposite Merrill Kelly here tonight. Let's get to our Expo question. What current Miami Marlin, who is on the IL, unfortunately, went to, is it Arizona University or University of Arizona, Jack?
University of Arizona.
University of Arizona. Make sure to vote at Marlins Radio. Okay, Ahmed, it's time for Steve's guarantee.
Batter up. Batter up.
Let's play some ball.
First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
Folks, you always notice how strategic I am. I say Steve's guarantee sometimes for singular, and I say Steve's guarantee sometimes for plural. I did a guarantee tonight, which means 1, Yuri Perez. I think he gets to 5 innings tonight. Actually, I guarantee it. Less than 3 runs. We saw 3 innings in his first start, 4 innings in his second start, and 4 2/3 on Saturday against the Braves. I like him to get over the hump today. 5 innings. Remember, coming back from Tommy John, you look for little check marks. I think this is one of them. 5 innings for Yuri Perez against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Folks, I hope you got the itch for first pitch, because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints the picture. AJ Ramos, he's ready to rock. Starting lineups in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins on Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami, 5 times in a row right here on the Marlins Radio Network.